Hey, this is Jason with 4W Knives. Today's project, I'm going to take this piece of leaf spring that I've already cut somewhat to size, and I'm going to turn it into this hunting knife. It's a hunting knife, but it could also be just an everyday carry. I'm going to take it and turn it into that. I could just cut it to shape, but it's pretty thick, and I want it to be practical. I don't want it to be too heavy, so I'm going to thin it out on a roller mill and then do some forging on the anvil. Once I get this knife created, I am going to be giving it away for my 500 subscriber goal that I was shooting for. Right now we're sitting at, I think it was 508, 509 subscribers, and I appreciate all of you. So I thought I'd do a giveaway. Of course, I'm a long ways from that 1,000 overall goal, but we'll get there, and that'll be another one. If you haven't subscribed, I appreciate it if you would go ahead. That's not mandatory. You'll just need to watch the film or video, and at the end of the video, I'll give directions on how you can be entered into winning this. Hopefully it's a good enough product that you want, and I hope you enjoy the video. So anyways, I'll shut up and throw this in the forge, and we'll get to the roller mill and then do some forging. All right, I had cut down this leaf spring to just about the exact width that I had needed for this knife, so it didn't require a lot of forging. I had cut in the tip. All I needed to do was round it to make it more knife shaped, and then forge in the handle. I'm not going to forge in the bevels on this one because I'm doing something a little bit different on the grind, and that might make sense here in a little bit whenever I draw in the bevels. Once I get it hammered close to the finished shape, I take it back to the roller mill just to make sure that it all is the same thickness. I run it through a couple of times, but this first round, it bananas like crazy. And it freaked me out just a little bit, but I knew I could take it back to the anvil to straighten everything up. So this just made sure that everything was uniform, which by the banana shape proved that it was not after I'd hammered. So it just shows I still need to do a lot more work, a lot more practicing on my skills. All right, so that surface ground, I've got it down to 0.15, which is still a little beefy, but it's not too bad. So my next step that I'm going to do, and I don't know how well I'll be able to show it on the camera, is I like to draw in where I'm going to do my bevels. And on this one, I've started recently at putting them at a slant. So let me see if I can get this here. I'm gonna do something like that. And then to get that to match, I'll make sure that I transfer it to the other side exactly. And draw my line there. Like so. And that should give me at least a starting point that I can make it work. Then I'll color the bottom. Use my handy dandy scribe that I got from Jantz. And I will scratch my center line. And right there, you can see that I've got my center line. So now I've got all my guides that I need to get the grind where I want it. Well, after I get these bevels roughed in, I do 3 thermal cycles where I heat it up to critical temp and let it cool to room temperature. I did that 3 times, and then I followed it up with a quench where I heat it up to critical temps, and then I quench it in some vegetable oil. Vegetable oil is not the best from what I hear, but it has done me well so far. I do have some plans on upgrading, but not yet. After the quench, I put it into the toaster oven for 2 400-degree cycles of 2 hours. And then I go to the grinder to do my finish grinding. All right, so at this point, I'm just cleaning up the flats, and then I'll make my way to the bevels after that. I just start with my progression of belts. I go 80, 120, 3 Trizact belts, and then I end with a conditioning belt. Really on the bevels, I'm working on trying to thin the edge and raise the bevel up towards the spine. And I do this just by applying pressure in different areas. I never press hard, but I do increase pressure on certain areas as I go. So just pay attention and take your time. All right, so here it is. I went ahead and got my Maker's Mark put on it. Hand sanded it to 400 grit. I've been going up higher for my Damascus, but I kind of like the satin finish. You get too high grits, it starts smudging and stuff, so I've been leaving them at this. It's ready now for the handle material, and I'm just going to put this acrylic. It's called Deep Ocean. I've done it on a couple other knives, and it's been pretty popular, so I thought it'd be a good fit for this. So anyways, that's what we're doing. Once I get these pinholes drilled, I take it in and glue it up. And after that, I do a whole bunch of hand sanding, and then I go to the buffer. Just be warned, buffers are dangerous. I learned that lesson early. My dad reinforced that on me over and over again. And I still have close calls. This will grab this and throw it across the shop, or throw it into your leg, or throw it into your face. So just be careful, but it does make it shine. All right, here it is all finished up. The handle is sanded to a 600 grit with a good buffing, and the blade is a 400 grit. I thought the acrylics turned out really good. I'm getting where I really like this material. Shines up beautifully, and it's easy to work. So what you're wanting to know, how can you win it? So let's start off with, first off, need to be able to know how to use a knife. If you cut yourself, that's on you. If you cut somebody else, that's on you. And you need to be 18 years or older to be entered in. So the way you enter, go to the comments and just type in, I'm in, wherever you're from. So for myself, it'd be, I'm in Oklahoma. Once you do that, I'll put it pen to paper. I'll throw everybody's name in a hat the old-fashioned way, and I will draw. I will draw for this on November 6th. And once I get a winner, I'll get a sheath built, and we'll ship that sucker off. Well, this just about wraps up the video, other than just a couple of pictures. So I'd like to thank all of you for watching. I ask that if you enjoyed the video to like and subscribe if you want to see more. When I get to that 1,000 subscriber goal that I've set, I'll probably do another giveaway. I enjoy doing these. I like making knives. I still don't understand it, but I enjoy making these videos. You can also check me out on Facebook at 4W Knives. I sell a few of these, so holler.